Hey, welcome back to the vlog. This video is going to be a bit different because while in Prague I had a cold, my nose was super stuffy, my throat hurt, and my voice sounded weird, so I didn't feel like talking to the camera. Instead, I only filmed B-roll and now I'm doing the voiceover. It just is what it is. On our first full day in the city, my mom and I headed up to the Prague Castle complex. There was a small Christmas market that only served food, but we bypassed it at first by our tickets. We got the ticket that allows entry to 4 of the different buildings and areas. Our first stop was St. Vitus Cathedral, which had gorgeous Gothic architecture. There have been a couple of churches on this spot, and the current cathedral was founded in 1344, and it actually took 600 years to complete. This is an important site in Prague with Czech kings buried in the crypt. Next, we did a quick walk through the old royal palace, which had a cool ceiling. Then we did a round at the market. We ate some yummy potato dishes and picked up our first chimney cake of the trip. I can't say the Czech name for it, so I'll just put it on the screen. After this, my GoPro battery died, but we did visit St. George's Basilica and the Golden Lane too, which are both included in the ticket. The next day, we went to the Old Town Square and saw the famous Astronomical Clock, which dates back to 1410. It's a beautiful clock that tells the time along with the date, the position of the sun, the moon, and the zodiac constellations. On the hour, the 12 apostles make an appearance. The clock is on the Old Town Hall Tower, and if you tour it, you can see the apostles from the inside. I highly suggest buying a ticket to go to the top of the tower too. You can pay extra to take the elevator or climb up and up and up to the top. The tower provides one of the best views of Prague. I loved seeing the Christmas market and the awesome churches from above. Back on the ground, we explored the market. This is the biggest and most popular Christmas market in Prague. Because of that, it is a bit more expensive and crowded. Unfortunately, at this market and some of the others, we found that many of the items for sale, especially the ornaments, seem to be mass-produced, which is fine, but you just expect to see more handmade goods at this kind of thing. The food was tasty though. We walked around the side streets a bit, but my head kind of hurt, so we ended up going back to the apartment to rest for a bit. At night, we returned to the market to see it lit up. On the stage, there was a kids' dance recital, which was really fun to watch. They did a really great job. The next day was dedicated to visiting some of the smaller markets throughout the city. First was this one, and I'll just put the location on the screen so I don't butcher it. This was one of my favorite markets. It had a good mix of food and different things to buy at the stalls. I loved the decorations and the more local feel. The market also sat under this beautiful basilica, which made it even more magical. There were a bunch of little trees decorated by local schools too that I thought were super cute. We bought some pretty and delicious pastries before walking a couple of blocks to the next market. This one was much smaller, but still adorable. Then we hopped on a tram, which took us to the last market of the day. This one was bigger than the last, but only served food. We didn't buy anything though. After that, I picked up my Czech copy of Harry Potter before we retired for the day. The next morning, we walked through a little pop-up market near the river before boarding a tram. Next, we rode the Funicular, which was a really cool ride with a great view. It brought us to the top of Petrin Hill. The Petrin Tower was inspired by the Eiffel Tower and was built in 1891. We were gonna go up to the top to enjoy the great views, but I didn't feel like climbing 300 stairs and Mom is afraid of heights. Instead, we checked out some of the cool nearby buildings before walking through the park to the Strahov Monastery. This beautiful monastery was founded in 1143. Inside, there's a library and an art gallery you can visit. We bought the ticket for the library only, which you can't actually enter unless you book a special tour. Instead, you walk through a hall with furniture and artifacts and look through the doors at the two library halls. They were both epic with painted ceilings. We rode the tram again, which is a great way to see the city, especially when it's cold. Our last stop of the day was yet another Christmas market, this time at Republic Square. This market was decent sized, with lots of food and gift options. We bought some ornaments and shared a crepe. We also popped into the mall to use the restroom and it was super pretty. We walked back to our apartment through Old Town Square and saw Santa hanging out with Pikachu. Then it was time for our last day in Prague. We finally went to the famous Charles Bridge, which is a must when you visit Prague. It's absolutely gorgeous. This pedestrian bridge is the oldest in the city. It was finished in 1402 and features many statues of saints. From the bridge, we went to Kampa Island, which is formed between the two rivers. There was a small food Christmas market. We made a detour to see the Lennon Wall, which is about freedom and peace. I think it would look way better if there wasn't so much graffiti on it, though. From there, we kept walking south along Kampa Island and saw some unique as well as creepy art pieces. Eventually, we crossed the river so we could see the modern dancing house. Then we circled back to this market to see it at night and take pictures, and that was our mother-daughter trip to Prague. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry the vlog had to be voiced over. If you want to help me out, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. It's free to do. See you next time. Bye!